It is time for the Drew Yari Show. Drew Yari.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the show. It's Wednesday, 8:02 p.m. Central Time. Depending on where you're living, it could be 9:02 p.m. Eastern Time. If you live out in the East, it's Wednesday, and you already know what that is. You know what day that is, and you already know who I am. I'm Drew, and my podcasting partner in crime is
Dustin from Spinebuster Tees.
Spinebuster Tees. How you been, man?
Good, man. Ready for this weekend. Obviously, it's going to be a very busy weekend for everyone here. If you're a wrestling fan and you live in Texas, not even Texas really, but like South Texas, Central Texas, and you're coming to San Antonio, pretty sure it's going to be a busy weekend for you. So, I'm going to be doing some of the festivities around the city here. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a pretty fun, dope weekend. I'm gonna have 2 days off next week as well, Monday and Tuesday. So that's so that's gonna be recovery days, if anything. So because Rumble's on Saturday. Then I'm pretty sure, after the Rumble, there's probably going to be, visitors who come in from the city, maybe downtown. So I may go out there and just kind of catch some of the vibes, may network with some people if I find some people out there. And, yeah, pretty much it. But it's gonna be a really dope weekend, man. Can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's one of those things where it's just I have to keep looking at Ticketmaster to make sure the tickets are still there. Or, I don't know, I'm weird. I have to keep looking every day or every other couple of days. I'm like, they're still there, right?
Are you waiting to get your tickets at the last minute, or?
No, I already got my tickets, bro.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I got my tickets a long time ago. I got them the day. I got them the day they came out. I don't know if I mentioned where we're sitting in the section that's closer to the floor.
Okay.
And it's right next to the entrance.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're going to be seeing everybody coming out, and it's going to be fucking dope. And I can't wait. It's going to be me and the missus and her sister. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait. I mean, we went to the Rumble in 2017. I didn't go in 2007, which I'm still kicking myself for that, because that was my favorite Rumble. And then 97, I didn't go because at that time I wasn't watching wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't start watching wrestling until maybe late that year.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm obviously happy. We're all happy. Rumble's close to selling out, and that's shit. I forgot what I was gonna say. Rumble's close to selling. Last I checked, there was at least 500 something seats left, and those are
not bad.
And those are the expensive seats. The cheap seats are already sold out.
Yeah.
Nosebleed and shit. So anyone wants to get their tickets, get them now. Get them while they're hot.
They're on fire.
And I believe WrestleMania is sold out, if I'm not mistaken. And that was just with the rumor that The Rock was going to be there, and Steve Austin was going to be there. So it's pretty freaking awesome. But let's start with the news, and then we'll obviously end it on the Rumble. So, this is an update for Jay Briscoe's daughters. They are said to be slowly improving after suffering serious injuries in the crash last week. that claimed the life of their father and another driver. During another Facebook live stream Monday evening, Josh Wharton, a friend of the Pugh family, shared an update from Jay's widow, Ashley. Their 12-year-old daughter, Gracie, has regained feeling below both knees, or below her knees, that's how it's written. However, as of Monday, she has yet to regain any movement below her knees since the crash. Gracie suffered a severe spinal injury in the crash. Jesus Christ. She was left with no movement below her waist and no sensation below her knees. She underwent surgery last Thursday. Her strength is said to be improving after working with physical and occupational therapists, and she was able to assist with her transfer into a wheelchair on Monday. 9-year-old Jaylee's nasogastric feeding tube was removed Saturday night, and she was able to eat and drink as much as she pleased on Sunday. She was said to be much happier after that, and with the help of physical and occupational therapists, did her first stand and pivot into a wheelchair. Aww. On Monday, she was able to get out of her bed and stand up. Jaylee's improvement allowed her to spend a little time together with Gracie on Monday. After returning to her bed, Jaylee's wound, VAC, vacuum-assisted closure, on her abdominal incision was removed. As of Monday, also Monday evening, Wharton shared the first words to the public from Mark Briscoe since his brother's death. God is on the throne, Mark wrote in a text message with Wharton. That's all I got, bro. Wharton said he wrote with Mark over the phone Monday, spoke with Mark over the phone Monday evening and described him as chipper, quote unquote. And that's all there is on that. And then, like I mentioned earlier, there is it's not called GoFundMe. It's called GiveSendGo.com. And this was for the love and support for the Pugh family. Their goal originally was $20,000. Guess how much they raised, Justin?
I'm not sure.
$315,268.
It's amazing.
And also you can check the top donators, which check out right now. So Chris Jericho donated.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
Chris Jericho donated $15,000. Tyson Smith, so Tyson Kidd, I believe, donated $10,000. Nick Massey, Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, donated $10,000. Matt Jackson donated $10,000. Anonymous donor donated $10,000. The Steen family, Kevin Owens, donated $10,000. Austin Jenkins, Adam Cole donated $5,000. A couple of family friends, Mike and Kelly Smith, I'm not sure who that is, $5,000. The Harwood family, so Dax Harwood donated $3,000, and Jim and Stacy Cornett donated $2,000.
Wow. So, as I mentioned, man, wrestling, professional wrestling is a family, man, and that shows it right there. I mean, like whoever thought that Jim Cornette and the Young Bucks would come together for a good cause, right? Like, right. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like it's a tragic situation, obviously, with the children, and they're going to be living with without their father going forward, and now the mother of the children is a single mother, and and God forbid, like I don't know what she does. I'm more than sure that she was not involved in the wrestling business whatsoever, or that I'm not sure if she wasn't, like, kind of like with Matt Jackson's wife. Like Matt Jackson's wife, she's like she helps like be the elite and like the merchandise and things of that nature. I'm not sure it's the same for Jay Briscoe's wife. I'm pretty sure if I would like to think that Jay Briscoe's wife was probably just a normal, everyday 9-to-5 type of worker. You know what I mean? Even though in reality she probably didn't need to be, but maybe she was. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad that tragedies have to bring, the wrestling community together in a positive cause, right? But that's just the way it is, unfortunately. But yeah, hope hope this does. Nothing's ever gonna help the family bring back Jay or whatnot, or like have the feeling. But hopefully, like with these donations, hopefully it does help some of the burden on the after effects of losing, somebody who was taking care of the family. So, I mean, it's good to see that like everyone's coming together in this way.
Right, I agree. You're 100% correct. I think the family will be okay. I mean, let me kind of reiterate what I mean by okay. Like as far as like, with this I keep forgetting. It's not. Was it GoFundMe? Go Send It, or was it Send It something? But
I don't know. I haven't heard of it.
I mean, they made it. They were able to exceed their original goal, and I wouldn't be surprised if it got even bigger after this, because it's still open for anyone that wants to donate. And then they also have the family. They have Mark's family, and they have the rest of their family. So I think as far as like being taken care of, I think they'll be fine. But the road to recovery is going to take a while. Especially for those little girls. I mean, we're obviously happy that they're fine, that they're doing okay.
Right.
It's going to take a while, for those wounds, whether it's for both physical and emotional wounds to heal. As as kind of corny as that sounds, is true. But I mean, here's hoping to a flawless recovery. Other news, not really news. I mean, we'll talk about Raw 30. So Raw 30 was on Monday, as Raw usually is. And let's see, the ratings came in. It drew the best viewership in the past 3 years. Raw drew a 2.344 million, or just a 2.3 million. With 908,000 of those viewers being in the key adults of 18 to 49 demos, most valued by advertisers. And I mean, you kind of figured, because it's the Raw's biggest show of the year. It's their 30th anniversary. So you would have figured that there was going to be people watching out of curiosity, to at least see some old names. And yeah, man, that's really not that shocking. I thought Raw 30 was good. I saw people that were kind of like divided on it for multiple reasons. Like one of the reasons, or I guess one of the big reasons being, is that you barely saw any of the women on the show. They had to cut the steel cage match with Becky and Bayley due to the opening segment, which we'll get into it. The opening segment with Roman and Sammy and them, going a little bit too long, which I'm kind of fine with it, because that kind of match seems more like a main event rather than just like, let's put it in the middle of a show. So that should be like the main event of Raw, or maybe not necessarily a main event of a pay-per-view, but like that should be a pay-per-view quality match. And if anything, like a main event of Raw. But and then I guess like the only women's segment that they had was Charlotte coming out and interacting with Bianca Belair, and then Sonya coming out. I think Bianca and Sonya had a match, I believe, and that was one of the biggest complaints of the night. And I guess I can see where people are coming from, because like this past pretty much decade, or close to a decade, there's been this big resurgence in WWE with women's wrestling being taken more seriously. And it's like, on your biggest show of the year, you barely have any of the women on the show. And I get it, because Roman's segment went over, and Roman is the guy, like he's the top guy in the company. But it's like, there's other shit you probably could have, I don't know, cut a little time on, and not the Bayley and Becky match, which I know I just said I understand why they had to cut it, but I don't know, maybe that could have been the main event of Raw 30. Like, I don't know, but what did you think of Raw 30?
It was a fun show. The first hour was probably the best first hour in Raw probably in the last 5 to 7 years, easy. Like it's gonna be a classic segment. Storyline was impeccable. It's gonna be one of those things where you go back and look like, okay, that's, you know, is that a top 20 Raw moment of all time? Or is that a top, you know, like if you put it in your top 20, I'm like, I won't complain about that. And maybe it's recency bias, but like, especially on what happens next, as we know, Sammy, the turn's happening. Is it going to happen at the Rumble? Likely, maybe. But we know the turn's coming, and we know it's happening. If that, if it holds up, that segment, like, I really think that particular segment there with the Usos, you know, Jey Uso kind of, you know, defending Sammy, right? Even though if you've been paying attention, you kind of saw that coming along a mile away, that was going to happen. I think people is going to go back and look at that, you know, 5-10 years from now very fondly, that segment. The match, you know, with the kayfabe, you know, X from the referee, right? Obviously that was storyline, you know, Jimmy wasn't really hurt. You know, it's part of the storyline. And with Sami Zayn finishing the match with the 1D, and, you know, it's a beautiful finish there. I thought that was great as well. You know, the rest of the show, yeah, Bayley and Becky, yeah, they didn't have their match. Okay, I get it. And, you know, people are complaining about it. Yeah, okay, sure. But you gotta think about it this way. Would you rather have that opening segment shorter to have a cage match that possibly may not been I will say probably about a 90% chance that cage match was not going to be as memorable as that opening segment. So I will say have that opening segment go as long as it needed to, right? For that story, right? And you can always have that cage match later on. You know, I don't think it's gonna kill anybody to have that cage match later on, right? Could you make some segments shorter? Yeah, sure. Maybe the DX segment a little bit shorter. Yeah, maybe you could have cut some time from some of the other matches, but at the end of the day, it's still not easy to book on the fly like that. Even Triple H kind of alluded to that as well. You know what I mean? But you were saying, oh, well, the women they didn't really get any chance to show. Well, Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair came out, and, you know, you had the promo segment with Alexa Bliss, and you had the match with Bianca Belair and Sonya Deville. Why isn't one mentioning that? Yeah, it's only one match, but still, they're acting like there was no women's wrestling at all, that there was no women's attention at all, you know, on the show, which was false. I mean, you know what I mean? They put over their two champions there in the ring with each other, you know what I mean? And, you know, had Sonya Deville come out. Now, it was a little stupid, I will say, but the match was a little bit stupid because now who's going to believe that Sonya Deville was going to defeat Charlotte Flair? You know what I mean? Even though we know she was going to defeat him anyway, but still. And Rhea Ripley. You know, Rhea Ripley was in the, was involved in that tag team match. She was out there, right? Isn't she part of the women's revolution as well? You know what I mean? Like, you know, she was out there and, you know, doing her Rhea Ripley things and, you know, distracting the match as well. So I think people want to... What's the word I'm looking for? People want to find something to complain about. Oh, there's not enough women's wrestling on WWE right now, and this, that, and the other. Well, did you watch NXT last night? Because 70% of the show was women's wrestling. Oh, you didn't watch NXT? Oh, okay. Okay, so your narrative only goes on what you watch. I understand. Right. And that's what a lot of people, you know, talk about online. Well, it's not as much women's wrestling as it was, you know, maybe 2 years ago. The women's wrestling's there. You're choosing not to watch, you know, all of it. You know what I mean? You got people on NXT, as I mentioned. Tiffany Stratton. We know how high I'm on Tiffany Stratton. She looked amazing last night in her. Oh yeah. In her return back, has a better goddamn moonsault than Charlotte Flair. Beautiful moonsault. You know what I mean? So again, you know, you got if you make that assumption, you gotta be fair. You gotta be fair across the board, right? And you know, I'm pretty sure Bailey and Becky. I'm pretty sure that they're probably honestly. I don't even think they're really upset by it because they've been there long enough to understand that you know that these things happen, right? And they were given an option too. They were also given an option. Hey, do you want to go out there and have a short match, or do you want to have it, you know, have the match rescheduled? They're like, oh, let's just reschedule match. Let's go out there. Let's just do a, you know, let's go in there and let's build an angle and just go from there. They could have, if they elected to have that match on Raw, right? And it was end up short. Even more people would be complaining about because, oh, the women, they don't get enough time. Like you can't win with some of these people. You can't win. And I'll say it once and I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it until the cows come home. Women's WWE Twitter is the goddamn worst. Women's WWE Stan Twitter is the goddamn worst. I'm sorry. Like it's a bad look on that side of Twitter, but yeah, Raw was good though. Very good actually. Imperium coming out, you know, Gunther getting put over by DX, right? And just I'm not gonna fight this guy. I'm retired. Like that's awesome. You know what I mean? They used their legends as well, the right way. They didn't use the legends to bury the talent. They used the legends to put over other talent. So yeah, they didn't overstay their welcome. Hulk Hogan came out at the beginning, 2 minutes, you know, even though the microphone wasn't working. Then you had you know, Ric Flair come out there for, you know, a couple minutes, you know, doing his promo. None of the legends overstayed their welcome. You know what I mean? The DX promo could have been a little bit short, but you know, hey, are you gonna tell Triple H to you know? Are you really gonna tell Triple H on, you know, hey, to be a little bit short on his own show? He can do whatever the fuck he wants, right? Is he or that, or have fucking Vince, you know, being in charge, even though he may be back in charge sooner rather than later, and just completely burying people. So I'll take DX a long DX segment if that means that Triple H is in charge. So be it. So good show overall, though. Good show overall. I don't like 5 or 10 years down the line. I'm not sure I'm gonna remember everything about this show with the exception of the opening, but you know, as of today, 2023, I thought it was pretty good.
I mean, with the DX segment, I did see a lot of people complaining about it, and yeah, it was goofy. I mean, when they do, anytime DX does come back, it is kind of goofy because it's just,
that's DX though. That's their whole shtick. Yeah. Well,
I know, but it's just like these guys are kind of old and they're acting like they're 20, which I get it. I'm not complaining, just, you know, but like I knew they weren't going to bury Gunther, you know, because like Triple H can't do anything physical anymore. You know, Shawn can get physical, but I don't think he would want to. And then
little super, sure.
Oh no, I know. And then you know, Road Dogg is, oh boy. And then you know, X-Pac, it looks like he can work, but yeah, I mean, I knew they were going to put him over, but it was just, again, it was kind of a goofy segment. Then you had Kurt Angle out there for whatever reason, which I thought was funny. But I mean, I didn't have a problem with the segment. I know most people did. I personally didn't. The rest of the show, the main event with, you know, Lashley and Theory, I thought was good. I mean, with Lesnar coming out, that I kind of suspected because, you know, in the past couple weeks, you know, Lashley has been, you know, calling out Lesnar, you know, very subtly, but not so subtly. So it's just like, all right, this is Raw 30, so something's got to happen. You know, it's no disqualification. And then Lesnar comes out, then he F5s Lashley, and then he F5s Theory onto Lashley. So I guess we're getting, you know, Lashley and, you know, Brock at Mania, which, you know, now you got, you know, the possibility of, you know, them teasing the Hurt Business game back together. Like, it just makes it that much sweeter. So I'm good with that. I enjoyed the show from beginning, middle, end. The Bloodline segment. Let's talk about that. It was supposed to be an acknowledgement ceremony, but then they turned it into the trial of Sami Zayn, which I actually came home late for because I was getting something to eat. So I got home and I got there maybe midway through it, and that was when Sami, I guess, gave his opening statement where he, said, "In my defense, I have no defense," and that's when Roman, I just like Roman's facials. Like he just always looks like he's mad about everything. He's just like, "So what you're saying is you got no defense? That's it. I'm done. Solo." I just thought that was funny when you said Solo, and then Solo goes up to him and is about to give him the Samoan spike, and that's when Jay stops him and says, "I got my own evidence," and showing the times that Sami put his ass on the line for the bloodline, and and that's when Roman says, "All right, or like he said, you proved yourself tonight, but I don't want to see you at all until Saturday, because then that'll be your final assignment." And then next was the tag match with the Usos and Judgment Day. I'm sorry, and Jimmy got hurt. I don't know, was that legit? Jimmy got hurt, or was that?
Yeah, it was completely kayfabe.
Okay, all right.
No, I mean if that was the case, then Sami wouldn't be involved in that match. Like,
well, I mean, I didn't know if it was a thing of Jimmy was already hurt, so they decided to plan it during the match. I don't know, but Sami ended up taking Jimmy's place, and Sami picked up the win for the Bloodline. So there we go. Let's see the rest of the night. You had the APA and JBL having their own poker tournament. With Baron Corbin and JBL winning, but IRS came in and took all the money, but only left him $100. And then Ron Simmons comes in with a damn. LA Knight comes out and calls out Bray Wyatt, said we got Undertaker, who was teasing the dead man, but came out as American Badass. And that's when Bray Wyatt came out and cornered him, and Taker had him in a choke slam.
I felt old when people on Twitter was like, "What is this theme song from Undertaker?" I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" Like I get it that thing was only around for a while, but everyone knows they use that theme, like. But anyway, neither here nor there. And no reason why Kid Rock deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I didn't mention that last week, but there you go.
I don't know. I personally like the "You're Gonna Pay" theme, but that's just me. Taker came out, looked like he was gonna chokeslam Knight, and then he pushes him over to Bray. Bray does Sister Abigail. So LA Knight got a nice rub from Taker, and then I guess kind of the big highlight of the segment was Taker goes over to Bray and whispers something in his ear, which is basically his way of passing the torch to him. Have you heard what he actually said, or what has been said?
No, I'm pretty sure that's gonna come out. The only one that's gonna be able to tell us is either Taker or Bray. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not too sure if that's gonna be something that's gonna come out immediately for that. That may be a few years down the line before we even hear about that. So,
all right, and I mean, as he should, keep it to himself. But yeah, the whole night, no Austin, no Rock, no Trish, no Lita. Not even a Kane, at least. But when none of those guys showed up. I mean, The Rock apparently has been teasing. He said straight. Well, he didn't say, but the report was that he said he doesn't know if he's in wrestling shape, which I call bullshit and shenanigans on.
Fucking bullshit. This guy is fucking more ripped than a goddamn, I don't know what, but no, that's complete bullshit. Maybe you're not in wrestling shape. I can't believe that. Wrestling shape is a lot different from fucking being in regular in shape. You're in shape, Rock. You're acting like you have a fucking gut.
I mean, doesn't he have his own ring?
I'm pretty sure he does.
Right, and also
I'm sure he has everything.
Right, and also he made a Instagram video, like he usually does, where he shows himself working out, and then he said, "I'm ready to rumble." In the video, I'm like, "Yeah, you're coming. We're gonna see you on Saturday, Rock."
I mean, let me think. I'm not saying that him not being there or him being there is not a possibility. I think that he's more likely to be there than not. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I wouldn't set my expectations that high for him to be there or not be there. You know, he may be there. He just may not be in the Rumble match. He may show up during the Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens match, or afterwards at least. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Speaking of Rock and also Steve Austin, the rumor coming out is that Steve Austin was offered big money for a match against Roman Reigns, and that ended up changing to Roman Reigns and maybe even Austin versus Brock Lesnar, which doesn't look like the case because it looks like they're going with Lashley and Brock at Mania. Maybe. Hopefully that's the case. That needs to be a Mania.
Or that could be for Saudi too. They may do that Saudi one more time. I don't know.
Okay. I made my peace with the Saudi pay-per-views a long time ago, but it's just like that match needs to be at Mania. Like, come on. Like, I don't want to see that.
I mean, if you really want me to be honest, I really don't want to see it. I mean, it was a good match, but I really don't want to see it again. Like, we already saw it twice already. Like, do we need to see it a third time? It's gonna be good, but I don't know if I want to see it. Yeah, I mean, that's just me personally.
And then, Austin, making it clear that he doesn't mind working a match at Mania. Maybe, I guess, kind of being the new Taker, so to speak, where you only work one day a year, and that's at Mania. Him and Brock in like a no DQ match, like him and Owens last year. Maybe that's a big maybe because like
I would not want to see Taker. I'm sorry, I would not want to see Austin and Brock.
Right.
Not because I don't think they're gonna have a good match. I'll be worried for Stone Cold.
Right. I was gonna say that. I was just about to say that because like him and Owens are a different story because Owens is more of a safer risk because you don't have to worry about Owens doing anything, I guess, dangerous to Austin because Austin hadn't wrestled a match in, was it 19 years? Mm-hmm. Whereas Brock, I'm pretty sure Brock wouldn't hurt Austin on purpose, but Brock's also Brock. He's a big motherfucker. Yeah. But I don't know. It's one of those things of like, I don't know. Like, I don't think we'll ever know. Austin and Reigns, I guess that would make sense because again, Reigns is more of a safer risk because you don't have to worry about Reigns hurting anyone, let alone Steve Austin.
No, I wouldn't want to see that at all.
Jesus Christ!
Not for Mania. No, I know, not for me because it's like okay, we're gonna go into Mania. Is Austin gonna win the match? No. Like, what will be the purpose behind? Like, no, I don't want to see that. Like, and you're possibly going to be taking a spot from. It's kind of like the same thing with the Rock. You're possibly taking a spot from, maybe you got Cody, and if it's Austin versus Reigns, does that mean Austin's in the Rumble and he wins the Rumble?
That'd be pretty fucking cool if he came out.
I mean, it'll be cool. Don't get me wrong. It'll be cool. It will be fucking awesome. I'll pop. I may cry. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'll be honest.
I'll cry too.
I'm just saying. It'll be fucking awesome. After that, we gotta live with a build. Be a great build. But is it SummerSlam? Hell, at next year's Royal Rumble, right? You know what I mean? A Saudi show. Fucking any other show but WrestleMania. You can't. No. If it's not Cody, we don't know if it's gonna be two time. We don't know if it's gonna be two time matches. Roman Reigns is gonna wrestle twice. We don't know that yet. And at first, I was one of the ones I was like, I don't know if I want to see that. You did bring that up like way earlier last year. But now I'm definitely on board with that, with the two match idea, because you'll satisfy both. Now, if you can get Rock, that's fine. I'm cool with Austin and Roman. If you get the two matches, that's cool. Don't have Austin win. But I'm good with that. Then from there, you can probably do that on night one. Then on night two, you could do Cody and Roman. They have Cody take the belt off of off of Roman there. So yeah, I mean they're gonna have a lot of moving parts here coming up. Like in the next week, when we talk about this next week, we're gonna have a clear indication what the hell's gonna happen at WrestleMania. Hopefully,
another thing that's kind of come into play is that it looks like they're resplitting, the titles, not the tag titles, and also the world titles, because Kevin Owens had said in the promo on Monday, I'm gonna take that universal. You've held that universal title way too long. He didn't say undisputed Universal Championships or WWE Championships. He said Universal titles. So that's a clear indicator that it's possible Roman could maybe even lose the Universal title or WWE title before Mania. Which realistically, I think Cody's going to take the WWE title off of him. As far as like the Universal title, I don't know. Like, and we'll get into it with the Rumble predictions, but. It's funny because like I'd been like a big proponent for the company to split up the titles, because I was like, we need just one champion, because having two champions is just it's a bad move. And now when Roman unified the titles and then he got that new contract, which deservingly so, it's like maybe we need to go back to having two champions on each show, because now this it seems like not a lot of guys are getting over. And with two champions on, one on SmackDown, one on Raw, it gives more guys an opportunity to get over. Which let me jump into this segment, because I saw this quote from him. And speaking of another guy who hasn't really gotten over, and this is a guy I like. This is a guy we both like. Karrion Kross. So Kross had he had a quote where he sat down with Scott Felsteed of Muscle and Fitness to discuss a wide variety of topics. And he talked about his days in NXT. And he had a quote that I thought was kind of unique, where he said, I like to think of Karrion Kross not actually as a human being. I like to think of him as a very dark energy in the room. Like when you walk into a place that you shouldn't die late at night, like a haunted house or something. You shouldn't be there, but you feel like you should stay because you are about to see something that you are not going to be able to see anywhere else. He is the dark energy in the room manifesting as a person. And then he went on to talk about more shit, but I just decided to bring up that particular quote. In your opinion, because I don't think we've ever really talked about this too much, but since Kross has come back, and this was back in like what, August? Like
late July, August, yeah.
I think it was like the week after SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it was before Clash.
Right, and so in your opinion, how do you think the Kross comeback has kind of been since he's been back?
If I had to rate out of 10, maybe a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Underachieved, but I don't really think I don't want to say it's his fault. I just think that for that particular character, there's not a lot for him, right? Like his character has a very damn big ceiling, right? Because that could be like a world champion type of gimmick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really think I think that because he's only been back for what, 5 months, right?
Yeah, 5 months.
Yeah, 5 months. So, I mean, there's still time. Like, I want to still give it time. Like, I want to see what happens going into WrestleMania and after WrestleMania. Kind of see on how they handle him, right? First, let's try to get some gold on him, right? You know what I mean? Because I think he came in when Gunther, he came in with Gunther already champion, right? Intercontinental champion. He's on the SmackDown brand, and Roman Reigns is the king of SmackDown, right? So like, there's really, you know what I mean? Like he came in with the 2 longest champions in WWE on his brand. What else can he do other than just be in random feuds? You know what I mean? So you kind of have to look at it from that perspective as well. Like, these people were coming in to SmackDown, or coming back to the main roster. If people who are kind of like, oh, Gargano, hasn't really, done much. Well, that's true, but I really think that Gargano was going to be with Tommaso Ciampa, and Ciampa got hurt, and that kind of ruined the plans for that. So now they have, Gargano in limbo until Ciampa gets back. You know what I mean? So, but back to Cross, his promos have been great. I think his promos has probably been like an 8 out of 10. But I think his wrestling overall, I don't want to say a 4 out of 10, maybe a 5 out of 10, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, with it's not really because of his in-ring, because he can wrestle, it's just his style slow. If he speeds it up a little bit, if he makes it a little bit more tighter, I think it will be a lot better, but, I don't know. But with Cross, I'll just give it more time. That's all I can really say.
You kind of hit the nail on the head, because, like, that's kind of one of my biggest gripes with Cross, is that he wrestles a very slow and methodical style. Yeah. And I just think that's weird, because, like, his whole thing is, I'm the killer, quote unquote. Well, not quote unquote, but I guess pun intended. No pun intended. And, you're not getting the impression that he's really beating the shit out of people out there. Like, you look at Drew McIntyre, and what is he, like 6'5", and he wrestles a very faster and very aggressive style. Right. Sheamus, same thing. Braun, same thing. Even Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens wrestles a more aggressive and fast-paced style. You look at Cross, and it's just like he's not really doing anything that makes it look like he's hurting the other guy. When his whole gimmick is on the killer, it's like, well, you're not really being a killer, man. Another thing is just like, through no fault of his own, I just think he's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle, because that's been kind of one of the bad things about Triple H being in charge of booking, is that he's bringing back all these guys and girls that were under his tutelage, and it's like, yeah, they're back, and we're happy after the first week, but now it's just like, okay, what do we do? Like, what now? Especially with Cross, where it's just like, we're happy to see him back, and then you interject him in a feud with Drew that sounded interesting, like, as a thought, but then it just kind of went nowhere. And then you kind of have him feud with, not really feud, but I guess, like, start his own kind of feud with Roman, but that didn't really go anywhere. And it's just, again, the overall presentation where, like, he hasn't really done anything to help him stand out. And the promos are fine. I like the promos. But, like, going back to how he wrestles, he hasn't really done anything that makes him look vicious. Like, he hasn't, like, kind of like with Dominic, invading Ray's house on, Christmas, that seemed more like something Cross should have done. Is invade, Ray's house and beat the shit out of him in front of his own family. Like, make him look vicious. Make him look like someone that you're going to boo, but you're afraid of. Where it's just like, I'm not really afraid of this guy, honestly. Like, he looks like he can whoop my ass, but no, he's not really that scary. And also just one thing I've kind of like, I tried to give it a pass, but it's really become distracting. The hair. Like, he needs to cut his hair. Like, he needs to go back to the Cross in NXT, because in NXT he looked a lot more vicious and intimidating, where it's just like, his hair is beautiful. Like, he has beautiful wavy locks, and it doesn't fit well. And also him coming out wearing a nice button, or not a nice button shirt, but like a nice sports jacket and a nice tie. It's just, I'm not a fan of it personally. But Anna saying NXT was a big fish in a small pond, and now God damn it, something got in the way. And now he's a small fish in a bigger pond. Yeah, I mean, you're right. He kind of has to find his own. He has to find his own way, which I think he will, because I mean, he looks like a star. So and eventually, maybe after Mania, we'll get to see more of what he can do. Because I can imagine Roman's gonna take a vacay after Mania, and they're gonna split up the two belts. So we'll see what he can do. And I like Cross. I just want him to. I just want him to kind of find his own footing. The main event's on right now. Mark Briscoe is fighting Jay Lethal, and you got Ian Riccaboni, and I forgot the other guy's name on announcing. And good on Tony Khan and Warner Brothers Discovery for just doing the right thing. Give the fans what they want.
Yeah, and apparently Tony Khan really wanted the Briscoes in AEW, but yeah, again, Warner Brothers Discovery is bunch of pieces of shits. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Bunch of pieces of shits. So there you go.
Same thing. Same with the Triple H. Triple H wanted the Briscoes, but WWE just didn't want to hire him. Oh man! But Tony Khan is according to Tony Schiavone, Tony Khan is actually helping out the family. Mm-hmm. And he kept it in the DL because apparently Tony's one of those billionaires that doesn't, or billionaires, whatever, that doesn't like his good deeds to be publicized. So good on Tony, good on Mr. Khan for helping out the family.
Yeah.
Let's see, what other bit of news do I have? I had a Kevin Nash quote, but I don't know if it's. I mean, he's fine, but like he said on his podcast that he wants to do he wants there to be an Attitude Era movie. But I mean, I don't know if that's really any bit of news. Nikita Lyons suffers another injury, and she tore an ACL and meniscus, which, boy, that sucks. I mean, it sucks for her because she got hurt. She got hurt last year. I think with a what? Wait, what?
No, I'm just saying, yeah.
I think it was like a similar injury, right?
Yeah. I believe it was a torn MCL or something like that, or meniscus. Yeah, because she wasn't out that long. She's gonna be out for like 9 months to a year.
Jesus Christ! I mean, her and Chris Statlander. I mean, just girls who look like, women that look like they can be money, but it's just like you guys just, unfortunately, you get the injury bug, which sucks.
Yeah, they got the Mysterio knees.
Oh boy, and I like.
Who's that jumping off the boat? Oh, and Mysterio, my knee is blown.
Oh God. Then we're canceled. Hopefully she gets back sooner rather than later.
I don't want to say it, but I really don't want to say it, but if she can't stay healthy, I think WWE may let her go, man. I don't want to say it, but if you can't stay healthy, then how are you supposed to, do what you need to do, and develop. But I really want her to stay, but I'm just being realistic about the situation, and
No, you're not wrong. I mean, that's why I'm kind of worried, because it's just like, you got hurt the first time. It's like, all right, well, everyone gets hurt, but then you get hurt a second time, like not even that long after you just came back, and now it's like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen now? Is WWE gonna put any stock in her? Like, what the fuck? And I hope that's not the case, but unfortunately, for other stars in the past, like, Samoa Joe, who they really did try to put over, but he just kept getting hurt again and again. Same thing with Tegan Nox. She just kept getting hurt. But again, hopefully she gets back sooner rather than later. It's pretty much all the news. There's something you wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, there was one news story coming out. It's not really out of Japan, but it was from Japanese wrestler Kazuchika Okada. And he said that he wants a Pro Wrestling World Cup, saying that he's willing to speak with Tony Khan and Triple H about it. So I know Tony Khan. He recently said, "Yeah, you know how Tony is. Of course he'll love to do that. You know what I mean?" So but obviously the big hoop is Triple H. So, and I think Triple H is probably willing to work with, obviously I know Triple H is probably willing to work with these other companies, right? But is the only major peg in the middle is Vince and Kenny McMahon. So yeah, I mean, so he was speaking with a Tokyo like a Tokyo sports paper or whatever, and Okada, he basically campaigned for a Wrestling World Cup, and he was stating that he'll visit with Tony Khan and Triple H to make the idea a real thing, reality. So, and I think he kind of compared it to soccer has a World Cup and rugby has a World Cup, and you have the Olympics or whatnot. How can we he was basically saying, how come we can't have that in professional wrestling? What's the deal? What's the holdup? You know what I mean? Let's get our egos to the side. You know what I mean? He was basically saying that this will be better for not just, in Japan. This will be better for wrestling in general. You know what I mean? Make the business more healthy. So, which is not, lying about. He's definitely telling the truth for sure. So, what would be your opinion on a Wrestling World Cup? What would be your opinion on that?
That would be pretty fucking cool. I mean, back when we were kids, I mean, I don't know if you did this, but I would, kind of do fantasy booking of, different wrestlers from different companies having a big tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I used to create wrestlers all the time, in the video games and stuff, No Mercy or I would. Yeah, I mean, cause I used to be pissed off, whenever, because back then wrestlers would go back and forth between companies it was nothing. You know what I mean? And whenever Jeff Jarrett went to WCW, right? I was pissed off for a while that because I don't think he's in No Mercy. Is he in No Mercy? I know he's in WrestleMania 2000, but I don't think he's in No Mercy. I'm pretty sure he's not. But I was pissed off that there's no Jeff Jarrett. I actually have to create him. I have to create Hogan. I have to create Nash and all that stuff. So yeah, no, I mean it'll be pretty cool to see on that actually happening, man. Right now this is a very minor news story, but this could be a catalyst of something big this year if it happens.
I mean, you never know. You never fucking know.
Really, never say never nowadays.
I mean, because I'll still kind of fantasy book, but more so in my head. I'll do the occasional. What would it have been if we got Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles in his prime? AJ in his prime versus Shawn in his prime. Or what would it be if we got Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns? I still do that. I'll do that in my head. Those could be bangers, as they say, or Eddie Guerrero versus Owen Hart. Those would be great fucking matches. And I was asking, would it be booked with storylines or just standalone matches? I mean, you gotta have a storyline. I mean, because the idea of let's say Shawn Michaels in his prime versus AJ in his prime, you gotta have a storyline there. Every match needs a storyline. The thing could be AJ saying, everyone always said I was a modern day Shawn Michaels, but I'd say, Shawn Michaels is just an AJ Styles wannabe. That could be the storyline, is that, AJ's trying to prove himself as being, the showstopper, the headliner, the main event. And it's just Shawn, trying to remind people, did you guys forget who I am? And it's always fun to fantasy because I did a show with B. Show Brian on his former podcast where we did a 2-parter episode where we rebooked the invasion angle, and that was a lot of fucking fun. And it was kind of scary because I thought I had to write down notes, but I just came up with shit on the fly, and it was really fun. For example, I'll use one example where I was saying like how I was thinking in my head like how are we going to fit ECW into the fold? Like ECW could be like the bastard stepchild, and there can be like a storyline where ECW invades OVW, and you have all these ECW wrestlers coming out during a match and just like beating up the talent, and Jim Cornette's on commentary, he's just pissed off, and then you have Paul Heyman coming out just being like, "Hey Jimmy," and then you cut to the back and you see like a young John Cena getting beat up by both Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn. And then you see Mike Awesome with his foot over Brock Lesnar's throat. Like that, like I just kind of pitched those ideas on the fly, which I was surprised I did, and it was a fun show. So, yeah, the World Cup, like that could be a lot of fucking fun. Like not just for the business, obviously, but for the fans. Like this is a certified way of making money, in my opinion.
Why? And what it will do, more importantly, the biggest thing that will come from it, you create new fans for different organizations. Period. You get the Japanese fan scene, who don't really watch American wrestling, and they're like, oh, I heard about this Seth Rollins guy, or hey, I heard about, this Austin Theory guy, and, end up becoming fans, right? Or like here in America, right? Like, you see, I heard about this Okada guy. Oh, I heard about Naito, or I heard about Hiromu Takahashi. I heard about the Time Bomb, you know what I mean? And, like, they end up becoming fans and, like, okay, hey, this Japanese wrestling ain't really that bad out there. Maybe I'll check it out. Or, like, hey, this American wrestling ain't really that bad. I'll check it out. You know what I mean? Or even like, they bring in, like, Mexico, like, AAA and CMLL. And, well, they're not going to work together. But still, it's like, you'll end up starting to, you may not watch everything, but, like, you'll be at least more familiar with it. And if you see them on a random American show, like on AEW, or if they come to WWE, it's like, okay, I remember watching this guy. Okay, this should be a good match. That's the main thing that I think that will be a huge improvement, because if you can bring in, something like that together, right, and you create more subscriptions for let's say New Japan World, or for Honor Club, or for WWE on Peacock, WWE on Peacock, the network, I think that will be amazing, and great for the business going forward.
I mean, it's a new year. You never know, down the line, maybe by the end of the year we might hear something. Mark Briscoe just beat Jay Lethal in a good match. Yeah. R.I.P. to Jay Briscoe once again. And let's see. Yeah, the rest of the AEW locker room is coming out. You see a Jay Briscoe graphic on the screen. Yeah, this is beautiful. I like it. Again, good on Tony Khan. Good on Warner Brothers Discovery for doing the right thing. Good on them.
Oh man, like,
God damn it! I don't want to cry. Fuck.
But yeah, that's amazing, man. Amazing, great that they did this. You know what I mean? Hopefully, and again, well, a lot of people are saying that hey, is Mark going to continue wrestling? We don't know if this could be his last match. We don't know.
I mean,
I'm not saying that it is. I'm not saying that it is, or that I want to be, or anything like that. But if he doesn't, if he wants to say this is my last match, this is the way I want to go out, I only want to wrestle with my brother, I don't want to be a singles guy, then so be it. So be it. Who are we to say or to tell, like, Mark Briscoe what to do with his career and how to move forward in life? Maybe he just wants to be a stay-at-home dad, right? Or maybe he does want to become a singles wrestler and have a singles run, maybe going after the ROH title and doing it for his brother. You know what I mean? I
mean, I wouldn't blame him if he just decided to say, I'm done after this, because I only want to do this with my brother, and it makes sense. And from what I've seen from Mark, and he's a good wrestler, but we talked about this on the show last week. Jay was the star, and that's not to take anything from Mark. I'm not trying to sound like a dick or anything. I'm really not. But I just wouldn't be surprised if this was his swan song.
Right.
Like, this is his way of just saying, all right, this is for Jay. I'm out. And if it was a beautiful match. All right, let's get to the Royal Rumble. I guess RJ's not showing up. Royal Rumble will be this Saturday in San Antonio, Texas, our neck of the woods.
Stupid city. I hate San Antonio. Stupid.
Fuck this city. I hate San Antonio. Why don't they have it in a more hipster wrestling city like Chicago or Philadelphia or Toronto? Stupid San Antonians. Fuck the Alamo. Yeah,
fuck the Alamo. Okay.
Yeah, well, fuck the Alamo. San Antonio, Texas.
You know what? And all these people that are gonna be coming to our city, they're just gonna go by the Alamo. Like, oh well, the Alamo's right down the street from the Alamo Dome. Let's go see it. They see it. I expect this to be a lot bigger. That's what people are gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, again, I love my city. I love it and I hate it at the same time, but I love it because it's my city. And just letting anyone know that ever visits San Antonio, the Alamo Dome is, not the Alamo Dome, the Alamo is, it's what it is. Like, it's nice to visit San Antonio, but yeah, that's about it. God damn it, I keep getting this echo. This Saturday at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. So far, there's 5 matches announced. It looks like that's how it's going to be. Let me start with the wrestling matches. You got Bianca Belair defending the Raw Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss.
Bianca Belair's winning. I don't know. I understand they're doing this new gimmick with the Alexa, or not new gimmick, but going back to her old gimmick. I really don't see the reason why Bianca should lose this match.
Yeah,
I don't. I really don't see a real reason for Bianca Belair to win this match. Or, sorry, to lose this match, rather.
Yeah, she's going to be at Mania, and she's more than likely going to wrestle Rhea, which we'll get into the Rumble, later on. But Bianca's going to win this. I don't. Again, I don't have an interest in this match personally because I don't care about Alexa Bliss. I don't care about her being evil and playing with puppets again. That doesn't mean shit to me personally. And I'd rather see Bianca wrestle somebody else. That can actually give her a good match. And yes, Maurice, I know the Spurs suck. Me and Justin know the Spurs suck, and we want them to suck.
So let me ask you this. So for Alexa, right? Would you rather see her in the Rumble, or would you rather have her in this match on a match that that she's gonna lose? Because if she was in a Rumble, I'll probably be a little bit afraid that WWE will pull the trigger on Alexa Bliss over Rhea Ripley. Like, what I mean? Like, this is like the lesser of two evils. Like, I'd rather watch a fucking 10-minute match knowing that Alexa Bliss is not going to be in the Rumble.
Well, the thing is, like, last year I was kind of afraid that they were going to have her win because she was out there no-selling and, like, doing her spooky evil gimmick. And
exactly,
I was thinking to myself, like, oh my god, they're not going to actually have her win. So, yeah, you're right. I'd rather have her in a match where I know she's going to lose.
Right.
Rather than put her in a Rumble match where they might just say, hey, just for shits and gigs, let's have her win.
Exactly. Like, I wouldn't want to see that.
Well, I mean, I hope this match ends quickly. I'm not saying it needs to be a squash, but maybe like 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. And I just want to see Bianca just move on to a different opponent. Just personally. Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in a Mountain Dew pitch black match.
I got LA Knight winning. This is a perfect match for him to win. Bray Wyatt doesn't need to win a match. Yeah, it's his first match back officially on the main roster, but it's a match that he does not need to win.
What exactly? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, if Bray wins, what does it do for him? Nothing. It's the same Bray Wyatt, wherever he wins or loses. If LA Knight wins this match, what would this do for LA Knight? It would actually do more for LA Knight than losing. So the way he's gonna lose is, Uncle Howie's gonna come out and fuck over Bray Wyatt. It's a pitch black match, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be the lights are gonna be going on. I don't know what this match is gonna consist of. I don't know. This is just a gimmick match, sponsorship by Mountain Dew. I don't know. Is it gonna be lights go off periodically? Is it gonna be in black light? Is it? I don't know. To be honest, I really don't care what this match is. I just want to see. This is the only thing I'm concerned with. A, is LA not going to win? B, are we going to get Uncle Howdy reveal? Not just him coming out to attack, but just an actual reveal. We need major progression between now for this Bray Wyatt storyline, right? We've been getting Uncle Howdy, we've been seeing him, things of that nature, but now we're at a major 4 pay-per-view, probably the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. We need huge investment. Is this I need to see something that makes up or whatever Bray Wyatt's doing at WrestleMania. I need to see that going into the Royal Rumble and during this match. I need to see something. So we'll have to wait and see on how they handle that. But yeah.
So do you think Alexa Bliss will play a role in this match?
I don't know. I don't know. I think Uncle Howie's going to play more of a factor in this match than Alexa Bliss. I really think that Alexa may play a role maybe in the weeks going forward, right? Maybe Bray Wyatt plays a role in the Alexa Bliss match. Maybe who knows? And maybe I don't know. It's a good I don't know, because if I don't know, then that means it's not predictable. And I like my unpredictability in wrestling, right? Unpredictable is good. I love it when I don't have to predict every single thing, right? There's good predictability and bad predictability, right? There's good unpredictability and bad unpredictability. I put this in the realm of good unpredictability for this year. So, yeah, LA Knight's gonna win. He needs to win. He's already in a better position. Like, I'll put it to you this way: LA Knight 9 months ago, Vince McMahon is LA Knight. Fuck off, just straight up, just fuck all the way off, right?
Right.
Triple H's LA Knight has been one of the better stars that has been built up. If Vince McMahon, his time away, cannot see, like, oh man, this LA Knight's not that bad after all. If he can't see that shit, then why the fuck is he back? I'm sorry, I'm still pissed off that he's back. But
it's weird because, like, he looks like somebody Vince would like. Like, he has the body, he can talk. I mean, he's not a terrible wrestler.
He's not even like a bad wrestler. He's not great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's like fucking like, Ospreay
right,
or fucking Omega or anybody like that. But
and not everybody has to be.
Well, yeah, not everybody has to be either. But even like at that, it's like he gets his point across in the match. I mean, he can tell a story in the ring, and he can get. And here's the thing: he can get heat.
Right, he knows how to be a heel. He knows how to talk like a heel, and he knows how to get himself over. So, I'm happy with this LA Knight. I'm happy that he's being put in a bigger spot,
right?
And he has his first like WWE pay-per-view match against a big star. So, it's one of those things of like I'm hoping he wins because this can do a lot for him, and also heading into Mania, you can give him a hot feud. But it's just they really seem to have like a boner for Bray Wyatt. It's one of those things of like they're hot for him and then they're cold for him. So I don't know. I can't imagine them. Oh, and here's RJ. I can't imagine them bringing back Bray and having him lose in his first match on the show, or first match back in, what is it, like 2 years? So I don't know. Hey, RJ, what's up? RJ.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, man?
Not much.
We're just barely getting into the Rumble. I don't know if you talked about it already, but like, what's your prediction?
I want to talk about it again.
Goddamn.
I'm just playing.
But what's your predictions for the women's match, the Bianca and Alexa?
Bianca's gonna win, I think.
Right.
I hate. This is one thing I don't like about Triple H. Triple H has this weird obsession with having long fucking title reigns. Everybody has to have a long title reign, and it's like, no, bro. Like that's everything. Everything's boring that way. If I was booking it right now, I have Alexa Bliss take the belt, but knowing Triple H, Bianca versus Rhea would be one of the destinations that I would take, and I do believe Bianca will have a big match at WrestleMania. She's gonna win.
Right. Justin brought up an interesting point because I mentioned I don't really have an interest in this match because I just kind of hope it's maybe like 10 minutes, at least 10, 12 minutes. And Justin brought up a point where he said, would I rather see Alexa in a match that I know she's not going to win, or would I rather see her in the Rumble where there's a possibility that WWE can be like, fuck it, let's have her win. And that was interesting. I'm like, because I remember last year's Rumble when they brought her in, like, she was doing the spooky. Well, I mean, she's doing it now, but like she was doing the spooky demon gimmick, and I was like, for a second, I'm thinking, oh fuck, they're gonna have her win, right? Because she wasn't selling and she was acting like she was Ultimate Warrior. But luckily she didn't win. But yeah, the match I know everyone loves the Alexa thing. I personally don't. I think it's just stupid and hokey, and probably because I just don't like Alexa. I don't want to say personally because I don't know her, but like I don't like the gimmick. I don't like her as a wrestler. Just plain and simple. And then we were getting into the next match, which was LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt in a pitch black match. What are your thoughts on the match and what could possibly happen in predictions, of course?
Well, I'll tell you what, Drew, you better be prepared to be mad already because there's going to be a bunch of hokiness. I just hope you know that already.
I mean, I figured.
Yeah, so I don't want you bitching, man, I could have sat at home. Because it's been like, Drew, you already knew what you were getting into when you bought the tickets.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be like Jim Cornette. I'm like, oh god damn it, the real and the good sport of wrestling. I'm not gonna be like that, but go ahead.
For whatever reason, I see Uncle Howdy versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, man.
Okay.
I think Uncle Howdy fucks Bray Wyatt over. LA Knight wins.
That's what Justin said, because I agree. I like LA Knight. I like this LA Knight that Triple H brought back. Because again, like he looks like a star. He talks like a star. He cuts great promos. He looks like $1 million, and
it shows the crowd like a star.
Yeah, like this guy is getting himself over. Like this guy can get heat and get himself over. And we're going into WrestleMania, so who knows what his big Mania match could be? Like hopefully he does get a Mania match, but like. I think I'm on board with not Roman, but LA Knight possibly winning, and then Uncle Howdy come out to fuck with Bray, and maybe possibly even Alexa to come out and fuck with Bray, and LA Knight getting the win, because I think LA Knight needs the win a lot more.
Right, I think it will happen. I think there's also a good chance in this matchup that we might see. Look, hey. I'm getting it out of my system because I know what I'm getting with Bray Wyatt. We're going to see his multiple personalities. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the either worlds, man. We're going to see the Fiend. We're going to see Wyndham. We're going to see Sister Abigail.
Husky Harris.
The Bray Wyatt version of Sister Abigail.
Oh, God.
We're going to see Husky Harris. Then we go see JoJo. Okay. JoJo's butt muncher. We're gonna see it all come to Rumble. So I hope everybody knows that. So I don't want to hear the bitching and moaning and crying on Saturday when it happens because, hey, we all know what we're getting there. I don't have a problem with Bray Wyatt like other people do because I know what I'm getting with Bray Wyatt. And if I know what I'm getting with it, there's no need to bitch. There's no need to cry. It's a part of the show. I'm immune to it. Whatever. So I know what I'm getting myself into. But yeah, I do see LA Knight winning because of the Howdy stuff. I just see Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt having a match at WrestleMania. Because that's who I believe Uncle Howdy is. You can't tell me it's not Bo Dallas. The people are like, that's Vincent. Vincent is skinny, all right? Y'all seen Vincent? Y'all seen the shoulders?
Like he's skinny and he's tall and like you could definitely like his dreads will like come out underneath that mask. Like I don't
exactly. And Bo, the last time we saw Bo was getting bigger. He was getting bigger. Not necessarily in great shape, but I mean he wasn't in bad shape either. He was just kind of in shape, out of shape guy. So yeah, Bo's been. It's Bo, and they're gonna have a match at WrestleMania. I just see it. I feel it. It's gonna happen. So I think that's how we get that started, and LA Knight gets a win. LA Knight's been promoting his ass off of this match, man. If he didn't know any better, you would think it was a match that he pitched. Because of the promotion. I don't know if you guys see the promotion. It's a lot of heavy promotion for this match on social media.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. It's on Twitter.
Well, fucking Mountain Dew's promoting it.
Yeah, but I mean, they are. He's promoting it too, and WWE's promoting it. So, I mean, the promos everywhere. And it's different ones too. It's not the same one over and over again. So, yeah, they're really promoting the hell out of this, and it goes to show you that somebody's got faith in this man's vocal ability, Because I've never seen another company run ads like this for a wrestling match before. I don't know. Can you guys tell me?
I mean, LA Knight strikes me as somebody that doesn't phone it in. Because I think anybody in this kind of feud would have just been like, all right, well, at least I'm getting paid. I'm on a pay-per-view. With LA Knight, it's like, fuck. Like, they just gave me my gimmick back. I'm in a big pay-per-view match with a big star. I'm not just going to fucking phone it in. Like, I'm going to give it my all and make this the best shit on the card. And, look what happened. It's kind of like with, I know it's maybe like different. This is like vastly different. But it's like with Edge and Mick Foley at WrestleMania 26. Was it 26? Mm-hmm. Was it 26 or 20? Or 20?
For Edge and Mick Foley?
21.
Yeah. I thought
Edge and Foley is 22, Chicago.
22, yeah.
22. It's just like, that was like a match that they could have just easily phoned in, but it ended up becoming, possibly the match of the night or one of the matches of the night.
And most memorable for sure.
most memorable. There you go. So, I don't know. Maybe this could be the match of the night. You never know. Maybe this could be at least a memorable match, like something big happens. So, right. I'm going for night on this one.
The thing that people keep on forgetting is that Bray Wyatt is capable of having a great wrestling match.
Right.
If that's what you want, Bray Wyatt can give it to you.
I think
he's more of a character worker than he is a wrestler, though.
I think with Bray, it depends on the match. I think he's better when he's in a match where it's like more of a brawl rather than an actual match. Not to say he hasn't had good wrestling matches. Like, he's had good matches with like Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, I keep wanting to call him. AJ and guys like that, and Roman. But he works better when you present him as an ass kicker, and he can go on there and have an ass kicking match. Right. So, and LA Knight's more of a traditional wrestler, and he can be a brawler. So maybe this could be a good match. Maybe this could be a fun match.
Yeah, this could surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, you never know. Next is
all the hokiness aside.
Yep. Next is the Universal or Undisputed Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Kevin Owens.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say. So Roman's winning. Throw it out there. Boom. If you think Roman's losing, you really need to re-question yourself and re-question your life. All right, that's what I gotta say. Unless he gets injured during the match, which hopefully that doesn't happen, and they have to change it. Roman's winning. Question is how? That's the question. How they're gonna get there? Obviously, the obvious one, Sami Zayn. He's going to be involved in some fashion. I think that he's going to end up screwing Roman over, right? In some fashion. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to be on purpose or if it's going to be on accident. I think he's going to go out there. He's going to legitimately try to help Roman, and ends up getting Roman to almost lose the match. But then Roman ends up winning anyway. Okay.
Right.
Or he actually does help Roman, and Roman wins the match. Then Roman ends up turning on Sami anyway. Okay. Are we going to see that turn at the Royal Rumble? Like after the match ends, like do we see Roman and Sami in the ring together for a little bit, and do they have their moment? I will pull the trigger at the Rumble, because that's how you create a moment. And I mean, SmackDown can get, SmackDown, it's okay to do on SmackDown, whatever, right? But I think for more people to talk about the pay-per-view, have the turn happen at the Rumble after the match. That's what I would do personally if I was booking. There's only 5 matches. You got plenty of time to do the storyline stuff. Right. Now, question is, are we going to get to see The Rock? If we see The Rock, I think is more likely in the Rumble match versus after this match. If I was WWE, I would not need to put The Rock in the Rumble. I don't want to put The Rock in the Rumble. I would... The only way that I will want The Rock in the Rumble is if The Rock and Stone Cold come face to face. If they're both in the Rumble, that's the only way I want to see that happen. Other than that, The Rock is okay. He can just come out, after this match, and maybe to come out and save Sami Zayn, or after the beat down of Sami Zayn, comes out to save Sami Zayn and go from there. But there's gonna be basically WrestleMania, and I said this once, and I'll say it again. We're going to get a clear view on what WrestleMania is going to look like after Saturday night. We should know about the majority of the matches that are going to happen, right?
I agree.
So, I really will want to see, and like I said, if Rock comes out with the Rumble, if Austin's there as well, because Austin could be there at the Rumble too as well. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's probably going to be one of the best Rumble moments of all time. If you see a stunner on Rock and Rock does the flip in 2023, you know what I mean? I'm good with that. Give us the moment there. You know what I mean, man. And this is honestly, this is what I would do. This is how I would get out of all this. Austin's not going to win the Rumble. For The Rock, you have and we'll talk about the Rumble in a little bit, and I'll tell you what my Final Four is. But is it safe to say that Cody Rhodes is going to be in the Final Four? Yes. 100%, right? Okay. Have Roman come out during that Final Four sequence or Final Two, whatever the case may be, and screw over The Rock. So that way, that gives justification of a match between Roman and The Rock at Mania one night, and have the Royal Rumble winner face off against The Rock the next night. Boom, there's a story. That's how you get out of it, and that's how you build up towards WrestleMania. But yeah, Kevin Owens.
That's nice and everything like that, but you got one problem. The Elimination Chamber.
It's going to be in Montreal?
I mean, you got the Elimination Chamber, you can do that, but again... I really think the Elimination Chamber is really going to be for the women, and maybe for the Elimination Chamber match, Roman's probably going to be in that match with the titles.
I disagree, because Sammy's also on the freaking poster. They leaked the chairs for the I guess the stadium that the that the event's going to be at, and he's on he's on the chair, so thus he's going to be on the poster. So that has to be a main event, dude. And you can imagine.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like with Drew. Drew got to be in the main event at Clash at the Castle. Give fucking Sammy a main event at in his home country at a fucking pay-per-view. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, why the fuck not? Choice.
He could be in there. He could be in there with Roman, and that'll be down to the final two, Roman and Sammy.
No, I'm saying like an actual singles match. And let me preface.
I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that too.
Which I'll explain when we get to our Rumble picks. This match, I'm gonna have to readjust my life, like you just said. It's one of those things of I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen because before you say anything, go back to the news that Triple H is planning on splitting the titles back up, not just the world titles but also the tag titles. But Sammy not Sammy, but Kevin Owens on Raw cut a promo saying, you've Tone Roman, you've held on to that Universal title for too long. Not titles. He said title. So, and Cody made it very clear he wants to win the WWE title. So there's a strong possibility that Roman could drop one of those titles before Mania.
I don't see that.
I
wouldn't
be surprised.
Have Roman Reigns lose. He hasn't been defeated in 3 years. You're not going to have that happen at the Rumble. I'm sorry. Like I don't see that happening. I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't see that happening.
I mean, again, going back to Sammy, like Sammy can play a role with either costing Roman the match or almost making him lose the match, or almost costing him the match. So
right.
Going back to what Roman said on Raw, saying your final test will be on Saturday. He could tell Sammy, you want to get back. Like Roman's more than likely going to win. And I know I just said there's a strong possibility he could lose, but it probably won't be at the Rumble. But let's say the possibility is that Sammy comes out and he almost costs Roman the title. Sammy goes to see Roman and Roman's pissed. Right. And he tells Sammy, you want to get back in my good graces? Win the Rumble. And enter in.
And you know what? And you actually went to one of my other ideas.
Right.
That I was going to talk about bring up during the Rumble, but I'm wondering if you're going to say the same thing.
And I'll save the rest of it for when we get to the Rumble. But RJ, thoughts on this match?
To me, it's cut and dry. Kevin Owens is not winning the title.
Right.
I don't see him losing it. If Roman Reigns is to lose the belts, I am in firm belief that it should be happening at WrestleMania.
At the earliest WrestleMania.
Yeah, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, at the earliest WrestleMania. Yeah, Sami Zayn's gonna obviously factor into the finish. Like Drew said, either costing Kevin Owens the match deliberately, or accidentally fumbling it and almost fucking Roman over. He's gonna factor into the finish somehow, some way. Mm-hmm. And that's gonna be another strike against him. I don't think the turn is gonna happen at Rumble. See,
it shouldn't.
Myself personally, I would do it in Canada because Roman would get mega heat for beating Sami Zayn's ass in Canada. He would be. See, my thing is right. If they do the Elimination Chamber and if they were to have Sami Zayn be in the Elimination Chamber with him, you have Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn be the last two in there. You have a you have a competitive match. Roman Reigns tries to flex his tribal chief muscle. Hey, lay down, make it easy. Something like that, right? Sami Zayn, with the will of the crowd, kind of snaps into, oh shit, I gotta fight, and he doesn't lay down for him. And then after he gets beat by Roman, he snaps back into reality and realizes, Roman Reigns is tribal chief, this, that, and the other. And Roman Reigns is looking at this motherfucker like, you know what? Fuck this little piece of shit. And bam, just beat. And I mean, they gotta beat the shit out of Sami Zayn, man. And I think you get mega heat in Canada. The Usos get involved, beat the shit out of him solo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you get your mega heat for your tag team title match. If that's the route they're going to go in, which I think a lot of us believe that's the route that they're going to go down, you get a lot of mega heat for doing that alone.
Let me ask you something.
I think Sammy is gonna have to do something against Roman for Jay and Jimmy to turn against him, because right now the Usos are on Sammy's side. They're on Sammy's side. Sammy's going to have to do something to Roman in order for the Usos to turn on Sammy. So this storyline's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah, you don't know which way it's gonna go.
Exactly.
Like, I think we like to think that we know where it's gonna go, but we don't. For all we know, Roman Reigns loses his belts at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn's still in the bloodline. Him and Kevin Owens don't team up after WrestleMania. Who knows? Maybe the bloodline kicks Roman Reigns out. We don't know. I mean, they could do anything at this point.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna ask something. So like, with The Rock come in, like if The Rock does come in, I don't know if my idea would work, but like going back to Roman doing the 2 nights thing at Mania, what about one of the matches obviously would be him and Cody on night 1. You have Roman versus Sammy for the Universal title.
I mean, you can do that. Sami Zayn's over, man. Like, to me, I've always been a firm believer in going in with your hot ticket,
Right. I mean, I'm like you guys. I love this storyline so far, because like we thought we knew what was going to happen, but it didn't happen. Like, we thought, okay, they're going to turn on Sammy right now. Oh, they haven't. Okay, they're going to turn on Sammy right now. Oh, they haven't. Like, it's like, the bit where, Roman tells Sammy to take off his shirt, and then you think they're going to kick him out. He's like, yeah, wear the shirt instead. So I'm loving this shit. And like, I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of bummed that it's going to end pretty soon. Like, because I want this to go on for as long as possible, but I don't think it will. I mean, I think it's going to end maybe around WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm thinking Chamber at the most. Like Justice says, certain shit that goes down on Saturday is going to tell us where WrestleMania is heading at.
Right.
We're going to get a little bit of an idea. Unless Triple H has got this shit well planned out, there's going to be a lot of twists, turns, and bumps along the way. I think there might be a real need to bring back Fastlane. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to be going all over the place, but. I guess we're gonna have to see, but I mean that's the thing. That's the beautiful thing about it is we don't know. We don't have a clear-cut direction yet. That's why we tune in to watch.
Right, and going back to like what you guys are talking about with Jay, or more so Jay, less Jimmy, because Jimmy kind of seems to be on the side of I don't trust Sammy. Is you guys had mentioned he has to do something to Roman that like make them turn on him. I mean, I think it could be a thing of like, the bloodlines ganging up on Sammy, and then Jay's right there to look like he's going to protect Sammy, but then he ends up turning on Sammy. And
right,
it could be
fucking face.
Yeah, it could be a thing of Jay is like, bloodlines my family, oos. You were never family. You never were. You're not an oos, and you never were an oos. Looking all mad. Right looking all mad and shit. Like he just beats everything shit out of Sammy, like he's always wanted to do. The whole time he's just talking shit. He's like, I've been waiting to do this for a very long time. Like he's just beating the fuck out of Sammy.
One and done.
Oos.
You ain't shit. Just hammering down. Oof, oof, oof.
I just love the thought of it.
They fucking handcuff him to the goddamn ropes and shave his head bald. Some shit.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I kind of hope Sammy does kind of cut his hair. Well, not go bald, but like
he's got to go back to the babyface look, man.
Go back to 2016 Sami Zayn. Like that was
something.
Fuck, that was good Sami Zayn. But I like this Sami Zayn too. The Sami Zayn's over as fuck. But Justin, you back?
Yep.
All right. Now we can get into the Royal Rumble. Let's start with the women. The women's 30 the 30 women Royal Rumble match, where the winner gets the championship match at WrestleMania. So far for the women. Go ahead.
I already know who Justin wants to win.
Oh, God.
He wants Layla Gray to win.
Oh, shit. Man, she already won. Like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If y'all haven't seen, I guess it's like her birthday photo shoot. Hey, hey, man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. If because you know, like, sometimes you have like some like AEW talent that may be in the same scene as like big shows like this. If I see her in San Antonio this weekend, I'm trying it. I don't give a shit. I'm trying it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm trying it.
Oh, God. Hey, man, shoot your shot.
Fuck it. Well, I mean, what's the worst thing? You're just gonna say no? What the fuck? Like, okay.
It's like, offer her some crack, see where that goes.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
It's just gonna be a sad Justin doing crack.
Come on, baby. Come on, motherfucker.
All right, so the Women's Royal Rumble. So far, there's only 7 entrants announced. From SmackDown, you have Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Zelina Vega, and Emma. From Raw, you have Candice LeRae and Rhea Ripley.
Okay. Pathetic. I'm just saying, it's kind of pathetic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm going to pick. Rhea Ripley. I mean, because come on.
Same.
Mommy.
Yeah, I'm going with Rhea too as well. Now, let's make this fun, because obviously Rhea Ripley, and you know what can we talk about the Royal Rumble match, like, you know, outside of like who we think is going to come in, right? So I'll ask this: who do you think the final 4 is going to be? And give me one surprise entrant.
Final 4. I mean, Rhea, Raquel. I probably Liv, because they still have a thing for Liv. They're trying to make her into a thing. And maybe Ronda. I'm gonna go with. Actually, you know, they said Ronda's not gonna be in it, but you never know. But I'll go with Ronda. That's my final 4.
Mine is Rhea, Raquel, a returning Naomi, and for the fourth, I could see them letting. Wait a minute! I can see Bailey and Becky being in this too.
Yeah, I mean, they're not announced, but they're gonna be in it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I forgot about him. So let me change mine real quick. Rhea, Raquel, Bailey, and Becky. There you go.
Yeah, Rhea, for me, Rhea, Raquel, Naomi, and Bailey.
All right, there you go.
All right, so I'm gonna go Rhea.
Holy cow!
Rhea, Raquel, Naomi, and Becky. No, Bailey. I'll switch that up, because one of them is gonna eliminate each other. I think it's probably gonna be more Bailey over Becky, because if you eliminate Bailey early on, because she's been getting like the shit and the stick ever since her return, I think her getting like a big elimination like that and getting to the final four, I think is deserved. So I'm gonna go with that. Okay, so give me one surprise entrant that hasn't been announced yet.
I mean, there's got to be some NXT people that are going to show up. I wouldn't be surprised if Tiffany Stratton makes an appearance. Maybe Roxanne makes an appearance. Maybe
Roxanne's definitely up there. She's basically from. She's not from San Antonio, obviously, but like, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least she
she's down. She's down in down in the Valley, Brownsville. So it's like, you know.
As far as like other surprises, I guess maybe like a Trish. I mean, well, because Trish is going to be in town on Saturday. She's going to be at a WrestleCon.
Trish and Lita, yeah.
Trish and Lita, they're more than likely going to show up.
Yeah, Trish and Lita both. I'm good with that.
And I guess like the usuals.
You're not enough for me.
Yeah, Michelle McCool.
Oh no.
Just another man in love with me. Ah!
Oh, sorry.
Mick Taker. Chelsea Green. Maurice said Chelsea Green.
Yep, definitely.
Chelsea Green.
Yep. So I got one where that no one's talking about, and this is definitely off the wall. Most likely not going to happen. Just a prediction. That's all. Kyrie Sane.
Okay. That wouldn't be bad. Isn't she like a? Is she like a? What do you call it? An ambassador for WWE?
Ambassador. Yeah, I do believe she still has that title.
I'm not. I don't think so. Not no more.
Not no more.
I think maybe still like, but like I don't think she's on a contract with WWE no more. Obviously not, because she's wrestling in fucking Japan. I mean, yeah, in Stardom. So, but yeah, you can still be an ambassador, and you know, hell, we're ambassadors maybe of WWE in a way. You know what I mean? So we suck the dick. You know what I mean? Suck the WWE cack. But yeah.
All right, let's move on to the men's. The men's 30-man Royal Rumble. So far, there has been 15 out of the 30 entrants that have been announced. On SmackDown, you have Kofi Kingston, Santos Escobar, Ricochet, Rey Mysterio, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Karrion Kross. On Raw, you have Austin Theory, Seth freaking Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, Cody Rhodes, and Omos.
Well, Cody's
winning. I can see Brock Lesnar being in this. I actually was telling Monty the other day, don't be surprised if Bobby Lashley fucking eliminates Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah,
definitely. In the hurt business, fucking jump him.
Yeah,
Bobby Lashley's had enough.
You finna piss me off.
I'm gonna break Brock Lesnar's ass in half, and boom, there we go.
I think this is where I think really that's. I was gonna kind of bring it up too that Brock Lesnar is gonna get eliminated by the help of the Hurt Business and Omos, because Omos may be in the ring at the same time as well, and maybe Brock is gonna try to eliminate Bobby Lashley and ends up getting help from MVP and the crew. So yeah, I'm down with that for sure.
I think it's kind of funny how Brock says Bobby's name. Like he'll talk to him and be like, Bobby! I don't know. I just think it's funny. And yeah, Cody's more than likely winning. I guess we'll do Justin's idea of Final Four and surprises. Final Four for me, Cody. Theory has to be a Final Four. I mean, they're pushing him like a motherfucker, and he deserves it. Gunther, I think, is going to be in the Final Four, and I guess Sammy. And going back to my idea earlier where I was mentioning that Roman more than likely will win, but it can be a thing of Sammy almost, cost Roman the title. So then Roman can tell Sammy, you want to really impress me? Win the Rumble. And then Sammy enters in at 2. Like, my idea is like Cody can enter in at 1 and Sammy enters in at 2. And then the last 2 end up being Sammy and Cody. But Cody ends up winning.
That was kind of my idea too, is have Sammy not necessarily win the Rumble, but that's what Roman wants Sammy to do, win the Rumble, so that way Roman doesn't have to face nobody at WrestleMania. He can give up his WrestleMania spot to to the Bloodline, right, or to Roman. And they can make that segment on SmackDown, which again I don't really think that will happen, but yeah.
So, who's your guys' final four?
Winner for me, Cody, obviously. Final four, I have Cody, Seth, Theory, and an unannounced entrant.
Ooh.
I don't know, an unannounced entrant, that could be Stone Cold, that could be The Rock, that could be somebody else, right? Just the unannounced entrant. I think whatever unannounced entrant is gonna be there, the major unannounced entrant, whoever that may be in that final four. And it also depends when they come out, too, so there's a lot depending, so, yeah.
I agree with that. Actually, I agree with Justin's final four. And my unannounced surprise entrant is Tatsuya Naito of Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Oh my God! Now here's the thing. I love Tetsuya Naito. I actually have an LIJ shirt and hat. So
you do.
No one's gonna know that.
Right?
They're like, no one's gonna know that.
I don't know. We got some smart marks in Texas.
Yeah,
right?
there is, but like. Majority of people is not gonna know who Tetsuya Naito is.
You best believe Triple H is getting somebody from Japan to show up at fucking Royal Rumble.
Well, I mean, isn't
that agreement to sing Carl Anderson?
Great Muda.
I mean, isn't the talk is that the forbidden door for the Rumble, because Nick Aldis is a big name that's possibly going to show up, maybe even more. Other names, because just me and Justin were talking about the Okada mentioning that he wants to do a Wrestling World Cup for all companies. So what if Okada shows up at the Rumble?
That's not happening. That's not happening, because if Okada shows up, then he's definitely Final Four. If Okada shows up, he may be Final Two. It may be him and Cody coming last, because you're not gonna bring in Okada and just have him just leave in like 10 minutes. That is not happening. But I'll be down for that, and I'll mark out like a bitch. Don't get me wrong, but I think realistically, some of the realistic entrants that may come in, Matt Cardona. That's my surprise entrant, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, really a surprise.
Yeah, it won't be really a surprise, but it's a surprise because he's not announced. So Matt Cardona, Nick Aldis, as Drew mentioned as well.
I would like that. I like Nick.
Yeah, that'll be a kind of off the cuff. I was gonna say Mickie James. Yeah, but that's probably for the women. Mickie James in the men's.
Our country.
Gosh, she looks good.
Oh, I want to butter them biscuits like you wouldn't believe.
Well, yeah. Oops. Well, yeah, y'all taking hardcore country to a new level.
Shit,
hardcore
XX country.
Hardcore
MILF.
Oh man, oh god, man. But yeah, great Muda. Great Muda will be a good surprise entrant. But let me who'll be one entrant that'll just be like off the radar and to come in. I got one, and again, this is one where again people are not gonna know who he is, but he's not doing anything right now, and I don't know his status right now in New Japan. Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, he's got Triple H brought him in a couple of times before.
He brought him in he won to sign him during the Cruiserweight Classic, right? He had that amazing match with Cedric Alexander, right? I'm not saying that it is going to happen or for sure going to happen or anything like that. But if that happens, I called it. That's all I got to say.
Anna's saying, what about Jacob Fatu?
No.
WWE and MLW still got bad blood.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. MLW and WWE has that bad blood right now. I would love to see it. Don't get me wrong. I love Jacob Fatu.
Me too. I would mark the fuck out.
But that's not happening. Him, Hammerstone, Myron Reed, those are not happening at all.
Well, Myron Reed just got his release from MLW last week.
Well, he sure did. He did. Yeah. But he needs to go to NXT. You can't just bring a guy up like that. No one's gonna know.
Of course not. No.
Like basic internet fans don't even know who the hell Myron Reed is. So
yeah, which is a shame because I mean,
it's fantastic.
People should kind of know him from being a part of the Rascals, but he wasn't with the Rascals that long in the spotlight. So
there you go.
So,
question:
it'd be a perfect replacement for Nash Carter.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If you want to get MSK back together.
Now, do you think that Dragon Lee can come up again? Another guy that'll come in, but I don't know. The fans are not going to know him. But if you bring him in and he's signed to WWE anyway already, and you know he's going to be on NXT, why not bring him in for a showcase? Because he's supposed to be coming in at the end of this month, early February anyway. I wouldn't mind seeing Dragon Lee to be in that.
I mean, if that's how they want to debut him in the Rumble, have him have a nice showing. That's a unique way. Then you send him back to NXT and shit like that. You know what? That's a unique way to debut him. Excuse me. I think you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You show clips from the Rumble. This guy's been in the Rumble. How many NXT guys can say they done that? Not too many.
Yeah. Not to me. And now
his appearance was showing up at the Rumble. Not a lot of guys can say that. So, yeah.
And then,
what NXT stars you think is probably going to be in the Rumble?
Probably Braun. Wouldn't be surprised if Braun showed up.
I'm thinking Mello.
I got Mello. I got Mello over Braun for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see that many NXT stars showing up. Maybe 2.
If I had to guess, maybe a babyface and a heel. I just see Carmelo. Maybe a shot in the dark. Maybe Axiom. Maybe. I'm pretty sure they want that guy to be the next. Like, not. I'm not saying he's going to be on the level of Rey Mysterio. Of course not. But they really want that kid to be the next masked guy, and I think he's got the potential to do that. So.
I love Axiom. I just don't think it's gonna be there with that one. Maybe, you know what? I'll be fine with the Cameron Grimes. He hasn't been seen for a while.
You know what?
Maybe that's his come up. Maybe that's his way of being brought into the main roster.
Yeah.
Von Wagner too.
Oh, give me Von. You know what? Fuck it. No, Cody ain't fucking winning shit. Von Kali, baby. Von Kali. Yeah, no.
On Tuesday.
You know what?
Tuesday.
Fuck Cody, man. Get Von Kali's in fucking Roman's reign.
Roman's reign.
Yeah. Roman's reign.
Or Ilya Dragunov. Oh my god, I will. But does he have visa issues right now?
Yeah, visa
issues. Okay, scratch that. Well, you can always bring up Tyler Bate.
Yeah, because
how much you love him.
I was telling Monty, there's not much for him to really do in NXT.
Really not.
I just call him up, and Tyler Bate doesn't do anything he doesn't do anything nuts and crazy like that, So, I mean, he's I don't think he needs any more domestication, if you will. So I don't. Just go ahead.
You know what they should do? Bring up Tyler Bate to the main roster, right? And have Pete Dunne turn on Sheamus and Ridge Holland, and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate could reform a Mustache Mountain.
Ooh.
Well, like 2/3 of it, but yeah.
British Strong Style.
Yeah, just British Strong Style. There you go.
I would do British Strong Style, maybe Tyler, Pete, and what's his name? The other dude they ain't doing shit with in NXT right now. Nathan Fraser.
Yeah.
I think they'd be a nice little trio, because all of them they wrestle the technical wrestling style, but they all have different things to their game, Pete Dunne's the hardcore, straight to the bone technical wrestling guy, right?
Right.
Tyler Bate, he's like the jack of all trades. He can do the technical wrestling, but he can do the big man, the power stuff too, for a guy his size, and then he can fly around too. And then you got Nathan Fraser who can do the technical wrestling once again, and then he flies around too. So I think we can have something.
I know we skipped the women's. Well, we didn't skip the women, but we didn't really talk about NXT women that could possibly come up.
there's going to be a lot more NXT women in the Rumble than there is going to be for the men. I can tell you that for a fact.
100%. So I see Cora Jade.
I see Jade. Yeah, Cora Jade.
I see
Roxanne.
Maybe Roxanne. Yeah.
Wouldn't that kind of poo-poo on the belt though?
Nah, not really.
I mean, because it'd be like it's developmental. I don't know, but like
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, but yeah, I definitely see Cora Jade. They let them some Cora Jade. I can see maybe even Elektra Lopez.
Maybe Elektra Lopez. Wendy Chu. That'll be a fun spot.
I think you could do Alba Fire. Maybe Ala Dawn. I can see maybe one or both of them in there too.
Gigi.
Yeah, one person that I definitely see in there. No matter what, no matter what, one person that I can see in there, no matter what the situation is, Sol Ruka, because they want her to do her finisher in front of the crowd live on pay-per-view to get a huge pop. Yes. And perhaps thinking like, oh, these women on NXT, goddamn, I didn't know they were wrestling like this, and maybe that can attract viewers. Not saying that it is or it's gonna work, but maybe it's a shot in the dark. It's a shot in the dark, and I think Sol Ruka could do that with their finisher because she has a fucking amazing finisher. So
yeah, and plus she can evade. They can do the spot with her evading, getting eliminated too.
That too. There you go. That too. Yeah, because she can walk on her hands. Yeah, and I mentioned that a couple weeks ago on the podcast here, where I said that she went to the outside, she was staying on her hands. I think she was just practicing her Rumble spot in that Battle Royal. I think that was just like a practice run on what she's gonna do. So yeah, exactly. I'm 100% on Sol Ruka being in that Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I can at least see them putting at least 6-7 NXT girls in there. I think Indy has to be in there too. There is no reason why she should be NXT any longer.
Yeah, she doesn't need to be down there no longer.
Exactly. She needs to be on the main roster with Candice pronto.
Ruben.
Who else I can see in there?
We got Ruben.
There's so many options. There's so many options on the side of NXT for the Rumble. I was listening to you guys. What's up, by the way?
What's up, man?
What's up, Rube?
How you guys doing?
Good. How about you, man?
Just got back home. It's raining like cats and dogs. Went out to the movies, but
what'd you see?
Just wanted to pop on. Megan.
Did you like
Megan. Yeah. It was like, dude, when I look at horror movies now, they're comedy to me, so
right.
They're really comedy. But I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah,
it was. I gave it like a 6.5, 7 out of 10, just because it entertained me. Yeah, it entertained me. Yeah. But you guys are talking Rumble predictions right now.
Yeah, we're already at the men's, but what's your predictions for both Rumbles, women and men's?
For the men's, it's a toss-up between Cody and Sami Zayn.
Uh-huh.
Both have good reasons and good pitches for why they should win. My final four, of course, Cody, Sami, Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory. Those will be like my final four. And for the women, I would love to see Rhea Ripley if they don't have a win at the Rumble, maybe at the Chamber. Final four, I was gonna say Charlotte, but she's already women's champ. But they'll probably put her in there. They'll try to put her in there. Just because she's Charlotte, but. Final four, I can see Rhea, maybe Alexa Bliss. It's like with the women's, it's not. It's just the pick of the litter is very scarce. Like the women haven't been built up as of late. Like overall, like for the men's, you can tell. Okay, these are the people that can see winning the Rumble. Final four, but with the women, it's just like, oof, I would love to see Rhea win. If Sasha wasn't doing her thing in New Japan, I would have had her return too, but I don't see that happening. But I think Rhea should definitely win, especially with all the work that she's been doing during the whole Judgment Day run. Like she's been just amazing, and I think she should win, if not the Rumble, at least the Chamber. At least the Chamber, she should win.
Right.
But yeah, those are my predictions.
Yeah, not bad predictions.
Thank you. I had my moments.
Yeah, you're pretty good. You're pretty good, Ruben, at what you do.
Try. But yeah, keep going. I'm loving the conversation when I popped in. Just all the women in NXT. Like the women in NXT interest me more than the women on the main roster. And you know, I have my favorites: Bayley, Asuka, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. It's just like damn, and Becky. You know, now that she's like the man and not playing Gollum, talking about, you know, my precious. I'm glad Becky is now like what she should be.
She's not being Gollum saying my precious.
Yeah, my precious. The woman's title's my precious. Like that was cringy, but I mean, meme worthy, of course. But I'm just I with the Rumble, I'm more interested in the men's Rumble and what the women of NXT can do. Yeah, developmental, like you guys were saying, but I think that they could definitely showcase, like, you know, a lot of the talent, and especially, you know, personalities, and have people saying, oh, like you guys were talking about someone's finisher. Like seeing someone's finisher at a Rumble, showcase, you know, highlight them. Like I think that would be good. And yeah, like you guys think The Rock is coming back? Like I don't maybe, but I don't think so.
I mentioned that The Rock.
Yeah.
That the only way that I would want to see The Rock is if The Rock and Stone Cold happens to be in a Rumble at the same time and have that face off.
Yeah.
Have that clash, right? Or The Rock comes out to, you know, indirectly, not on purpose, but comes out to save Sami Zayn from a Roman Reigns beatdown after Roman retains the title.
Yeah.
But as of right now, and we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier too as well, that Stone Cold Steve Austin and Roman Reigns, you know, out there in the rumor mill right now that they may have a match at WrestleMania. I honestly think that is a decoy rumor.
Yeah.
Because I really think that The Rock is still going to face off against Roman in some capacity at WrestleMania. Either night one or night two. So yeah. I mean, we like, and I mentioned this before too already.
Yeah.
That we're going to know at the end of Saturday night, at the end of the Royal Rumble, what the main matches of the card WrestleMania is going to look like. We're going to know the women's title match, not officially, but it's going to be easy to put, you know, 2 and 2 together. Yeah. It's not like if Rhea Ripley wins, like, oh, I can see Rhea Ripley going on over to SmackDown and facing, you know, Charlotte. You know, that's a lot to think about, a lot to get there, and I don't see that happening. The more logical, Rhea and Bianca Belair, right?
Yeah.
If Cody Rhodes wins, you know, well, obviously it's Cody and Roman. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So we're gonna see what this card is gonna look like for sure by the end of Royal Rumble, and we're gonna have a good idea of what we're gonna have for WrestleMania.
Definitely.
I mean, it's Royal Rumble. It's one of those things of like it seems like it's predictable, but it's not. Like it's almost like given that Cody's going to win, we're going to get Roman and Rock in some form, but we don't know how. Like, is Roman going to work double duty? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, and I like that. I don't know what's going to happen. It makes for a good show. It makes for a very unpredictable show, and
now, who knows? Fucking Rock may not end up being there, really. So, it is definitely unpredictable. You know what I mean? It's definitely unpredictable. One thing that I do need to see though is Cody needs to win. He has to win. He needs to win. There's no other choice but for him to win. The only other one that I will accept, I'll be kind of like, but the only one I will accept is Sami Zayn. Those two only. I don't want to see Seth win. I don't want to see Brock win. I don't want to see, other guys that really don't matter for a Roman Reigns match. Yeah, it is Roman Reigns versus Seth be a good match? Hell yes. It'll be great. But we will know the outcome. There should be no reason why Seth should beat Roman at WrestleMania. And I don't think the heat will be there for it, but like it won't be like if it's Cody. It won't be like it if it's Sammy. It has to be one of those two. I'm about 90% on Cody, 10% on Sammy. If Sammy wins, I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. I prefer Cody, but I will accept it.
So that's our Royal Rumble predictions. Again, Royal Rumble's this Saturday, and it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be big.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Huge. Like we've already mentioned, it's damn near sold out. So if you're able to buy tickets, get them while they're hot.
If I was there, it would have been sold out 5 months ago already. Just saying.
It's fake news. I didn't.
It's not fake news. I'm the president.
It's fake news. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a disgusting woman. I did not call that fat pig a fat pig.
Grab her by the pussy.
She's lying.
Grab her by the pussy.
That's right.
But RJ, did you watch the main event of Dynamite?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
I thought it was everything it needed to be. A good Ring of Honor style match. And a nice tribute to Jay Briscoe's brother. My only regret is that it took for Jay Briscoe to die in order for Mark Briscoe to be on television.
Damn shame.
Other than that, good shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's like one of those things of like the fans have always wanted the Briscoes on a major platform, whether it be AEW or WWE, and it's just like it took unfortunately it took one of the brothers to pass. Unfortunately, it took someone to pass away for it to happen, and it's just like this should have happened a long time ago. But I thought it was a really good match. Where do you think Mark Briscoe's career goes? Like, do you think he's gonna retire, or what do you think he's gonna do?
Nah, he's not gonna retire. Like I said last week, I told you guys last week, he's gonna go. He's gonna go and honor his brother. Is he gonna be a superstar? That's gonna be tough. I mean, he's a star in his own right. But I don't see him being a world champion like his brother. Like, he's gonna be a top mid card. He could be a top mid card guy.
Yes, I mean ROH champion.
I mean, and I mean, hey, that could be cool too.
I think his ceiling's ROH champion, which is not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing at all. If you're a champion of Ring of Honor, that means something. Mm-hmm. But if he just becomes like a singles guy and has feuds and but at the same time as well, like if he decides like, hey, I just want to, and I mentioned this earlier, like I wouldn't be surprised like if he decides, hey, this is the last match I want to have, and I don't want to be, I don't want to do anything else without my brother, then I'm cool with that too.
Ruben, I don't know if we talked about this, but yeah, what do you think about Mark Briscoe, the match he had tonight, and where do you think his career goes after this?
I didn't watch the match. I definitely had to watch. I saw the aftermath when Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe, they embraced each other, and they had the AEW ROH wrestlers on the stage, and it was touching. It still sucks that how life can be so tragic. Like one day you're having a match of the year with your brother against FTR, and then the next day in this case Jay Briscoe is gone, and it was just out of the blue. It was just out of nowhere. But as far as Mark and where he goes after this, I could see him being, if he decides to keep wrestling, it's up to him. It's totally up to him at the end of the day, if he wants to keep going or not. But I would imagine that he would want to keep going to honor his brother. I wouldn't think that he'll just stop just like that. But we never truly know. I think that his feeling could be ROH champion, definitely. And he could definitely be like an upper mid-card guy, getting, fighting for the TNT championship, at least TNT champion. Like I think with that belt, I think that belt is more prestigious. In my opinion, I could be wrong. It could be a bad take, but I like that belt. But I think that's where ceiling is in AEW, and as far as ROH, you can definitely go towards the Ring of Honor World Title. But I definitely got to watch the match. I could have. Words can describe how emotional that must have been, and for the fact that it took, like you guys were saying, it took someone dying to say, okay, Warner's like, okay, fine, we'll put him on. And I know there was some comments, homophobic comments that were said, but it was like, what, 13, 14 years ago?
Yeah.
And Warner's like, no, we're not having the Briscoes on TV. And it's like, I mean, with the way that your companies are running, all the decisions that they've been making, I wonder why they're not bankrupt, just with the mentality that they have over there. But that's another story for another day. But it just sucks that it took someone dying to have a tribute show for Jay, or just to have one of the Briscoes, on TV. And it's it really does suck. And I think that people can change, as far as the comments that were said by Jay. People can change. There's redemption for people, and I think that the people that don't think that, they definitely do harbor some of that, some of those thoughts and feelings themselves. So they try to project that onto other people, and to me, it's terrible. It's just terrible. Like, imagine FTR and the Briscoes on AEW television, them finally getting a mainstream exposure. Not just on pay-per-view or special events, like actually on TV. Like, it would have been wild, but we will never know. But at least we had the tribute. We had Mark Briscoe on TV. We had the tribute show, and emotions were wild. I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't describe how it felt. Just, deaths suck, but deaths in the wrestling business suck even more. Especially when they were just out of the blue like this. No drugs, no overdosing, no nothing. It's just just tragic accident. But just my long-winded thoughts.
And on that note, that's the show, guys. We did about 2 hours and 16 minutes. Covered everything that we could think of, news-wise, and also the Rumble, of course, which can't wait for that. But, gentlemen, I want to thank all of you for coming on. Justin, of course, my podcasting partner in crime, thank you for coming on. RJ, of course, showing up and talking about the pay-per-view, which I'm pretty sure you didn't want to.
We all know I don't like talking about pay-per-views.
You don't like talking about the pay-per-views, guys.
I don't like to.
And then, Ruben, thank you for coming on. Even if it's just for a little bit, I'm glad I had you on, man.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to pop in. I thought you guys would have been done, but I was like, oh shit, they're still on. Let me pop in. Let me talk some Rumble with you guys.
Yeah, ready to rumble, guys. We rumbled, most definitely. Guys, go ahead and plug yourself. Whoever wants to start.
Take me to the son of a bitch.
I'll just go quickly here. You guys don't know where to find me on Instagram. Spinebuster Tees, spinebustertees.com. Winter sale, going on extra 10% off. Got some good things going in the works for 2023. You guys know about the store in July. Be there, be square. I don't care if you live in Canada. I don't care if you live in England. I don't care if you live in Australia. You gotta be there. It's gonna be something to believe. Yeah, but Spinebuster Tees and spinebustertees.com, guys. Go check out the merch.
I'll go. I guess I'm up to that. You can follow me on Twitter, God why, but if you want to, I'm at Mr. Ruben Prime. Twitter's a cesspool, but that's where you can reach me directly. Also my podcast, the Ruben Prime Podcast. Check me out all major digital platforms. I posted a interesting hot topic on this past week, and definitely check it out, listen to it. Definitely very, very, very controversial figure, but definitely listen to it at your leisure. And I'm on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ruben Prime TV, retro gaming. I just chill, stream video games, talk to the chat. Very chill, very calm, mellow vibes. And yeah, just check me out, follow me, subscribe if you want, not optional. But yeah, definitely check me out on Twitch. Definitely check me out on my podcast, the Ruben Prime Podcast. And yeah, just big things coming for 2023, not just for me, but for everyone here on this panel, for sure. So it's 2023. We got big things. Got big things popping, little things stopping. You know that.
So Ruben, you're declaring yourself to be in the 2023 Royal Rumble.
I mean, I cannot confirm or deny these allegations, but stay tuned. If you see me somewhere, you know, and maybe I'll last in the Rumble. Maybe I get eliminated. I don't know, but if
I'll pop for that.
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny, but if you just gotta wait and see on Saturday.
I just want to hear Pat McAfee call your entrance. Oh, Cole, you know who that is? That's the best beard out of New York. That's Ruben Prime. Cole. And he came here to settle some business.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. Fuck Cody. I'm going with Ruben as my pick.
Oh shit. gonna bet on me? Thank you. At least someone bets on me. You gotta bet on yourself, but when more people bet on you, that's touching. That's very touching. I appreciate you guys.
Shit, I'm gonna make a Ruben Prime sign.
Oh, Ruben Prime, the Barry White of podcasting.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
For your
Thank you.
listening pleasure.
Thank you.
When are we gonna get Ruben Prime After Dark?
I still want to do that. I still want to get that done. A ASMR late night type of show. Like I've been trying to like formulate some stuff on the pipeline. I really want to get that done because people have been telling me, Ruben, come on, do ASMR. Like, do you hear yourself? And I was like, when I hear myself in recording, I don't like it, but it seems like everyone else does. So, okay. But I got some stuff in the pipeline. I just gotta just package it, formulate it well. But After Dark, Ruben Prime, it's coming. And so will all you. And so will all you, by the way.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
But RJ, plug your stuff.
I'm gonna plug my stuff, all right. Hey, you can follow me on Twitter at LowRJ Unlimited, where everything that I say is unlimited. I have no limits to what I say. You can check out my podcast, RJ and the Savage Squad. And, of course, me, Drew, and Monty do a show, the Trifecta Threat.
Yes, Threat.
And also I do a solo show with well, not a solo show, but I do a dual show with Monty, Brooklyn Power Trip. So, yeah, check that out.
Definitely check those shows out.
Yes, the rumors is true. I did lose my beard.
Oh shit!
Jesus.
Oh god. Did you and Ruben have a beard versus beard match and you lost?
Well, you know what? There was a point in time yesterday that I lost track of time. I went to lunch with this lovely young lady, and then after that, I don't remember anything that happened after that. So, did me and Ruben actually have a beard versus beard match, and I lost? I don't know. The only person that knows is God.
It's God himself. Yeah, me and God only knows the answer to that question.
Well,
He's not going to tell me.
Well, you know who did beat God in a match one time is Vince McMahon. So, I need a beard versus beard match. God damn it!
we got to call up Triple H and Vince. I mean, now since Vince is trying to assume power again, but we can try to call him up and try to have a WrestleMania match. You know, maybe the pre-show curtain jerker. I prefer curtain jerker because you know that gets the crowd going. You know, got to get that crowd going. Maybe night two, curtain jerker. You know, opening match. I think you know that have people give people a little bit of suspense. You know, don't give the match of the century right away.
Yeah, it's like Andre versus Hogan. Who's
that?
Who are those? Who are those jabronis?
Yeah,
these are the real stars right here. But anyways, guys, you know where to find me. You know where to find me. Social media. You know, like Ruben said, God knows why. Twitter, Instagram, and I have a Facebook page, Yard Show. And the regular podcast is everywhere that podcasts are distributed, especially on Spreaker. That's the home base. And also Patreon. I do a Patreon. It's only $5 a month. It gets you the regular show a day early, unedited, uncut, just the way the good Lord intended it. And I do other shows. I do a show with Mr. Prime over here, who's going to win the Men's Royal Rumble. I do a show with him, if you can believe it. We do a show called Culture Attack, where we just shoot the shit on all things pop culture. We rarely talk about wrestling. That's kind of the point of the Patreon, is we don't really talk about wrestling. We save the wrestling for here. And yes. Me and Ruben just did a show recently, so check that out. believe we're doing another show this week.
Yes, we will definitely talk. I'll let you know and confirm by Sunday. By Sunday, I'll let you know by Saturday the earliest, Sunday by the latest.
Awesome.
Yeah, because oh my god, we'll talk after, but just sometimes, oh Lord, but we'll talk definitely.
Okay, and I do a show with Mr. RJ. Our show is called Revenge of the Savage Nerds, which we just talk about the shit we like, and we talk about our love for comics and superhero stuff and Marvel and sometimes wrestling, sometimes. And I think we're doing one this week. Are we, RJ?
Yeah. Weren't me and you and Monty supposed to do a Q&A tomorrow or something?
I'm off.
Tomorrow, not tomorrow. Friday.
Yeah, I'm off Friday. Have we gotten any questions?
We need to put a thread out.
Oh yeah. We definitely can do that. So yeah,
we can take some. We can take some from here. Me and Monty could put a thread on Twitter. So
yeah, we can definitely do that. And as far as like the Patreon show, did you want to do something this week or?
No. I'm gonna be booked up.
Yeah, so
I'm booked up tomorrow, and then Friday, Sunday. I might have to push the show back on Sunday.
All right,
that's a big start here.
Yeah.
Busy man.
And yeah, we got that. And I do a show with Jeff Lippman called "From My Lips to Your Ears," or from his lips to your ears. And we should be doing one next month. We usually do that it's usually a monthly show because kind of like RJ, kind of like Ruben here. Jeff's a busy boy. He's got like 50 podcasts. So when he's not doing mine, he's doing his. When he's doing his Garden of Doom show, he's doing Hammerlock Hangover. He's doing other shows, and he's a busy boy. So look out for those. Patreon, $5 a month. It's fucking $5, guys. Come on, it's $5. Everybody has $5. $5. And that's kind of the goal for this year is to get those Patreon numbers up. And so far we have quite a few people, and I'm happy for that. And I don't want to be greedy, but it's just I want to get those numbers up. And the more Patreons I get, the more shit we can do. The more live shows we can do. The more stuff we can do for the show. We can buy better equipment. It essentially keeps the lights on. So, $5 a month, guys. You won't be disappointed. But, anyways, guys, that is the show. And, RJ, I'll see you and Monty on Friday. And, Ruben, hopefully I'll see you sometime this weekend.
Definitely.
And, Justin, I will see you at the Rumble.
I'll see you at the Rumble. Oh, shit.
With my cock.
So everyone, do me a favor. Watching or listening to this here, I want you guys to go back and watch one classic Royal Rumble. So anywhere from 88 all the way to I guess 96, 97. Then I want you to watch a Royal Rumble after that. One more Royal Rumble after that. And also, one last thing. I want you guys to watch some of those old Royal Rumble intros as well. So, it's the Rumble. It's time to rumble. It's time for the Royal Rumble. Oh, it's great shit. Gotta do it. Gotta do it again in the spirit.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, guys. See you guys next week, and have fun at the Rumble. I know I will. Peace.
Peace.
Layla Gray's gonna have my dick inside of her.
Now that's a Rumble. All right, guys. Peace out.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari. It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari. It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.